To the Epic Morning Show review segment, and we make it come to you this morning. My name is Reginald Brian Ojukutu Sawyer. Still get Solomon Sundu. We're the executive director for Be Found, and we expect Morgan M. Kamara, of course, from Carlion Radio as well for joining me anytime from now. Quickly, topics that we'll be discussing here this morning. Parliament always concern or always alarm over an alleged missing 165 million at NASIT, that is 165 billion oleums at NASIT. Parliament is concerned. We'll discuss about that one. NDLEA, which is the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, don't give Natasha Beckley, popular musician and politician Natasha Beckley, until December 2025 for claim a seized property. If not, then say then go confiscate the place. And then finally, 60 army officers then don't be deployed for help defense against Kush nationwide. We look at the number as to whether the number is up to the task or whether the number is small and all. This and plenty more we'll discuss here this morning. But the Kush menace is still ongoing, and now we've seen massive raid. Now various places them across the country. Yesterday there was a raid in Kenema, there was a raid in McKinney, and other places them as well. But what we'll discuss about that one. Let's take our first story here, which has to do with Parliament probing into NASIT over an alleged 165 million new loans that is missing allegedly again, like I say. And also Parliament the probe now for investigate that one. And quickly I'll just give you a background to that one, and then we go open the floor for discussion here this morning, and then we basically go look at other issues them as well. So Parliament, where we know say one of the mandates in fact now for play oversight over government, ministries, departments and agencies don't they do their work. So Parliament don't raise alarm over, like I say, an alleged missing 165 million at NASIT. And the thing they say, concern over financial management and accountability at the National Social Security and Insurance Trust NASIT have deepening following a revelation that approximately 165 million new loans may be missing from the trust account. Again, the issue came to light during a recent parliamentary debate promoting calls for a full investigation into the institution finances. Honorable Abdul Kagbo of the APC, which is the opposition leader representing Potloko district, described the matter as very serious, stressing that NASIT was created to secure the welfare of Sierra Leoneans after retirement. Any mismanagement of contributors' funds threaten public confidence in the institution, he said. He further criticized government, ministries, departments, and agencies that deduct NASIT contribution from employees' salaries, but fail to remit them to the trust, calling the practice dishonest and urging government on labor to act. So, well, the opposition leader continue to make a lot of other revelations as well on this matter. But let's start with you, Solomon Sundu. Is this worrying? Is this something concerning? I mean, hearing that figure, even though it's allegedly, but the opposition MP in a debate don't raise this alarm that the Ministry of Labor, the Ministry of Employment and Labor need for look into this matter and probe, because according to him, he said NASIT, the mandate now for secure people welfare after they go to retire from their job. How concerning is this revelation?
Well, me no one for anything we not allegedly. In other words, one for know in details if whether the Public Accounts Committee probe or
no, it was a normal parliamentary sitting.
Normal
debate, yes.
So,
debate,
debate like such, when a begin come up, you understand, from the two angles where they read from which you guys are getting the opposition whip, these are issues allegedly, and the concern, the caveat here, one for know the link between ministries, departments, and agencies that are contributing or reducing employees pension if they are doing it or they are paying it, or is that the money NASIT is asking or they did not receive? So now clarification. For me, the days the whole day now. Whenever opposition will bring on something way related to issues, thank God you but allegedly. So for me, I don't want for we dilate into that because I don't get any focus as to how we would do it because now allege. Now just for risk concern.
But again, if somebody said it is stone you, then a blind man said it's stone pussy, it don't matter. So I don't believe the minister, even though I want, but he cannot just go and then call such figure without having an intelligence. Don't you think it is but right now that maybe institution that really fight corruption like ACC take interest in this matter and say, okay, Honorable, you can help with some information rather than saying because it is allegedly we cannot focus on it.
So exactly. So these are the issues because for me, as they say, when you listen to the freedom, the United Nations Secretary General, even when they talk about freedom of speech to journalists forget the free space, but also we serve the tax is at the talk, but the burden of proof. Me today, I know only any senior journalist or sober journalist for they rely on social media or then say.
So this is something that you will say.
Yeah, what I'm saying allegedly. So that's why the minister is saying if he has a proof or it bring some tangible, because now from the discussion they talk about ministries, departments and agencies, and these are issues. You get ministries, departments and agencies. Some people for even pay. You understand, the employees them pension, it's very difficult. Make I tell you this one. So for me, let there be tangibles. Don't only just say, we are something that will take on for hook and sinkers. This is the time.
I'm just saying we are not taking it for be hook and sinker, but don't you think? I'm saying, don't you think institutions that are fighting corruption should probe into this and see how themselves can uncover for no as to whether not true or not true? Well, is there any problem whistleblowing something that you want clarification on?
No, that's what I'm saying. So the ACC now can say, Honorable, come and help us in bringing some facts.
Again, the ACC, I remember the last time, the first lady talk about ministers taking brown envelopes. The ACC not taking interest in that matter,
Well, for me, like where somebody they say, I they shoot you, I not shoot. Now what come on I must.
No, that was what the first lady said. I'm sure.
I'm saying so if they call the first lady now, make it can allege say that brown envelope.
ACC will make the effort. So we not say.
So these are the issues because anything where ACC they do, then we go just then we'll go run at somebody or something by how did they which will they talk? Then we'll say okay, let them begin do their own preliminary investigations on issues, but on alleged issues, Salone for don't pass beyond that now. Politically, I'm not killing for talk about them.
So you defend politics in this, in all of this?
You get political phrase. When you talk about audit reports, let's tell you this.
No, this is not even from the audit report.
This is not for me. I'm just giving a synergy that anything we deal with then accountability stuff, it gets a own tendencies. You understand? So when it comes to money business, then say we see Salomon, they don't siphon how many billion Salomon will take that. So that's what. But when it comes to developmental issues, we talk about now, waiting on Apple. They will say you don't link one side. So for me, it is an allege. Let anti-corruption, if they can help, you understand. Let the honorable member go and help the anti-corruption to probe. Yes.
All right, we still continue with the program this morning. We take another story. Usai, the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces don't give 60 soldier man them for help be part of the task force for combat the Kush menace nationwide and all. Me concern here is the number. 60 military personnel for help the police them. Don't you think that number is small nationwide?
Well, we talk about units now. The units what is
60 for Fet Kush.
No, the units it comprises of OSD and other
NDLEA.
The mainstream police. So if the army don't produce 60, would they wait for C? Waiting the other side will produce. For example, the OSD, how many the men will give, or the other wings of the police, how many units they will give. For where it will add to this number of 60. Because now all units. Remember, I said the other day we will talk about when the units are when they get distinct line. That is why we talk about.
Don't you think the number is small?
Well,
if you are having just 60 military for join the police and all for Fed Kush nationwide, mark you, we have about 16 districts. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
16 western, inclusive of western area rural and western area urban. You have to go to this order, and you have villages and all. 60. Is that number not small?
Well, the units where they try for create, mark you entail money. You didn't have the other day where they talk about even the anti-drug enforcement.
Yeah, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. They
ask for how many billion, all loans, you understand? They're not able to forgive them. So they state the battle with the economy. So if this back can this special unit, you get for empower them with vehicles, with others, perhaps dress code, how they will be identified, you understand? So now it's starting points. Now this will they say, let's start somewhere. Let's get this now, we will be continue and read.
Let's look at the strategy where the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency they use for fight this kush. I must commend them. I mean, we've seen massive progress. I mean, they talk about yesterday, in fact, and see over how many thousand wraps of kush na Frabe, yes. Malta Street, all money, which is over 18,000, where according to them, the police and believe saying that's something to get for deal with the kush. You know, posts where they don't sell from the kush. And also we go to McKinney, we see places police officers been arrested in McKinney, in Mabroka, in Kenema, and other part them na Salone. Do you think the strategies that they've implemented into this fight really don't they yield the dividends, or we still get more for do?
Well, we get more for do. I agree with you, still get more for do. And that continual battle, you understand? Because mark you, that's the way President be declared on the 4th of August. Yeah. We start them. We go with Iwari, stop. We don't want to let it stop again. Because again for big continue. Now make we talk about the 60 amen. If the OST then say get for add, you understand? Now we say something will go up to.
I imagine how much then get for deploy per troop, because we talk alone 60 small.
Not get for be, not to say the other units not get for be involved.
I know what I mean, inclusive of the other units. If you get 60 army man, it means how many army man did per troop?
So let's tell you. This troop not get for day like now war they go fights. This troop get for day for intelligence.
They're fighting a war against Kush.
Yes, they war. I mean, not to gone back to war, because we not get any side to get drug cartel. We they go there for go open. You know, a whole gunfire upon them. This now just a raid and continue a check. For example, the border area they talk about, then the Wataki they talk about them missing containers.
The seaports,
then seaports, these are the area borders. Just for letting presence be felt. And also then here now we talk about community driven, then go there now, then get perhaps then hotline where then somebody, if you see neighborhood watch, you can call them. So for me, I think it's a starting point, but we need for do more on the fight, and not for be that kind first will left farm, you know, then the thing begin pop up back. If for be continue, and as I mentioned, we don't just need for good talk about rehab, we need reintegrations. I see something touched me yesterday at the watch, you know, I mean one story where, you know, a whole mother of a very reputable family, they give a testimony before president. They tell president, say me picking, the lawyer, this lawyer don't, you know, they even go walk, Kush don't take attention. Now a whole testimony in that one.
Wow.
You understand? So for me, what they talk about this Kush, you not just the deal with people and well, this is not some of the proofs that we can talk about.
Report shows 40 to 50%, in fact, of university students they into the intake of Kush.
That is it. So there comes in the reintegration. When once they don't pull in people in the, whether you carry and go to rehab center, whether you carry and go to rehab home, what you for do the follow up. You understand? We are to talk about that reintegration. If not, then if not, the society itself they go to integrate them.
Yes, therapist them way.
Exactly. So let there be continual counseling. Yeah, because psychosocial work is not easy. But they now their own kind inside. How them for they really counseling people and they say, this is not your part. Don't take this part. You have been in this. What you don't give you as benefit. So I think say if you ask me, we get more for do, and the fight, you know, for just be like a segmented fight.
Okay. We still continue with the program this morning. Now, the Deputy Minister for Energy don't say Global South Utilities go install new 6 megawatt battery them now the country by March to April next year, as part of the government in efforts for improved energy supply across the country. Edmond Noni say this Inside One interview with Epic Radio Tuesday, 4th November this year. Now the Ministry of Energy building, Sheikha Stephen Street, inside Freetown. We talked to Leone Usman Ibrahima in this interview.
We been get the fortunate opportunity last week for go visit the United Arab Emirates on invitation from a company called Global South Utilities. GSU now like a parastater. So then they receive money from the Abu Dhabi, from the UAE government for the work on a different side in the world, but especially in Africa. So they invite me for go discuss what some funding or some projects where they may not do before, where the Newton 6 megawatt solar plant, where we been on do that from 2019. So we meet for talk about what's that project there and how we're able to improve that project there. So they don't offer for give additional batteries, because the first project and solar panel no more even get. Now they don't offer for give batteries for that project there. So we have to get 6 megawatts of battery for that project. Also another during the same trip we discussed even beyond the old projects, what's able for doing a new project. So they don't say they're willing for give batteries for last year VP been launched one project with 40 megawatts of solar for Newton and for London. The solar components there, then the battery components there of that project there. But the battery component, not to mean the full 40 megawatts of battery. So then this GSU and UAE, they don't say, okay, if the batteries are not supposed to receive, will be 25, 27 megawatts. We go come with the balance 14, 15 megawatts for full up. That'll be the full battery then where the solar gets. Well, GSU reach out to we through through government to government channels, then write a letter directly to His Excellency the President for say then one can do some work na salon. But before they do that work na salon, they want a technical team for go meet them for discuss the work then will be not happen na salon before from the UAE and how then go able for come in. So where their own team they come, then team will come now and begin with the work immediately instead of then come first for fact finding. Then for come inside this November, for come sign the MOU, we go get the full description of the different projects and way they go and do. After then sign that MOU, then they go need for do some technical studies and how for design the system where they want to come with. So then they work very quickly. They mean say once we're able to work with them and move fast, then maybe by then March, April of next year, the battery then will don't come and then will be installed. Now partnership, this particular one a partnership. So what's in and go and do, then go and bring the battery then, and then we get a contract with them, and now sell, then they sell the lights from the battery to we. And then EDSA, from the money where EDSA they make from we where they buy lights to EDSA go they pay them. And then EDSA go they sell to we and we buy. HE has been the best Minister of Energy we don't ever get. It don't pioneer multiple programs then. It don't secure the MCC compact, $500 million. It don't pioneer and lead on the M300 compact. So we they try we best for make sure say lights day and it's stable, and we able for they continue for improve how they provide service to people.
All right, that now being the Deputy Minister One of Energy, we now Edward Noni we talk to Leone Usman Mara inside that interview. We they take with final item now. Now the program this morning, Usai, well, popular musician and politician Natasha Beckley, don't be given till December for claim house or something you guys for relate to or the NDLEA don't say then go confiscate the property. And also let's just give background on that particular topic today, and then we try for see how we can discuss on that. So the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA don't announce say December 2025 a deadline for confiscate a property where allegedly connected to Natasha Beckley if it remain unclaimed by them. According to the Acting Director of Drug Prevention, Education and sustaining Ibrahim Cisse, where they can call Dogba, basically, according to him, basically say the property was reportedly found to contain illegal substance during a recent nationwide anti-drugs operation. Dogba also revealed that the agency is providing a grace period until the end of December 2025 for the property to be legally claimed. Failing that, the state will proceed with formal confiscation as part of its broader campaign to curb drug-related crimes across the country. So this is the story. It has the NDLEA don't say then go give Natasha Beckley from now until the end of December for make them go claim that particular place. If not, they are going to confiscate the place and not move her to the state. Solomon, do quickly on this.
Well, you don't prove me now. The day will be serial. They talk about how the National Drug Enforcement Agency gets a lot of powers, but now how then we enact them powers in there. Now that will be the talk about now. And I also tell you, say this not the message to we all. Where they disseminate messages, civil society, journalists, human rights defender. When once we do, we make sure say we get the two side of the story, and make we read. This act don't dey from 2008, but the enforcement and the power will like now way the president don't give directive to the Attorney General, Minister of Justice. They don't see the CJSF. They go draft a practicing direction for deal with drug related issues. Now that's it, because when you add coercive power, like we talk about the power for be actionable. Now they see so now. The laws they go down for tell you say any property related to drug related issues where then find out say that money they now you get some, then they confiscate that property. They go for seizure. All of this now the power way the parliaments be don't give into this law. So for make it get more power, now the effectiveness that's what we talk about. Now don't they get issues the way they deal with substances. You talk about tramadol, you talk about then 225, you talk about then other extra C. And then drugs, and then again they come out. Now we neighboring country, people they just talk about salute, and they proceed with drugs, this and that. We say all of them things and the way they come out. Now they based on the porous border the way we get. They just look at the broader picture and say, okay, can I be, the other version of where they go into Kush. Okay. Now we don't look at. So for me, these are the laws. The law they tell you say even if they suspect, let's say epic now for say they on drug related issues, then can come on warrant, on notice. But over the years, what we don't they see, we emotions them. Now we can go with. Whenever the law enforcement they do them work, we don't say them perfect. Now make we try for make we all learn we earn and see who say the shortcomings and they call on their attentions, make them they aware say with all the good work, without police we cannot live. But also they do them work then they make them know say they get them shortcoming. Now then see them they wait for the bring out. But once they do their work, if we begin they say, oh, now we they give directive to them, oh, do not for do this, then for do this by law. If the law now we they talk about, if you read the law, it tell you say then will come to you on notice. What do you get for say? So
in this particular matter, because of course the day before the criminal investigation department, I understand in fact yesterday Natasha Beckley appeared and all. So the police they saying we go to this place, we see your picture and all. It means that you get something related for know about this place and all. But up to now, like we say, the actual owner of the place seen for be anonymous and up to now it has not yet been identified. Do you think it is prudent enough on the NDLEA for give that grace period so sometimes the person will come around? Because the NDLEA they say this is why this person will come around, you get question for answer concerning things that already involved we get to deal with drugs and all. Yeah. Do you think that that's a wise step from them?
Well, the country will find way safe. The timing. Well, it be from the police spokesperson where they may give a briefing at that time. Then say, in fact, if they not be see whether Natasha come out for, either they relate them to that particular property they say in picture them final day. Then within 3 months, when at the December, then for don't confiscate or seize that property day, right? This na the law enforcement agencies them, where we they say, most of them they could talk about the public, the 2004, new Criminal Procedure Act. Then laws and the sensitization of now we need na Sierra Leone. How them for implement them? Because at the end of the day, waiting, the civil society or the journalists where they see waiting the one for right. Those are the issues where will come out. That was why when EIG made the talk of always who defend the defenders, you understand, when they do the proper work. But also, yesterday they will begin within one of our sister program, where they talk about the press freedom. It come out, me and Dr. Bangura, they talk say, why today would they observe journalists then for they just depend on social media here saying, without them going down deeply to do their own investigations? We get so many issues. For example, they talk about Feed Sierra Leone, this is happening. But always not the air saying, even if some of we they go down at the ground now, it will become difficult for us to set the record straight because people they just dwell on air saying.
Okay.
And that was why even the traditional media for let go retain and get the respect they call the canaya. Now that's we for begin this. We speak truth to power. I think that go ahead.
I will come back to you, Mohammed, for rest a bit. Morgan M. Kamara just don't join me in the program. Good morning, Morgan. It's a pleasure to get you. It's a pleasure. We will cancel you very shortly. Again, now we are definitely going to when you come, we'll be discuss about the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. We don't give, an ultimatum to Natasha Beckley for go claim that particular. Go claim that whole state where them go see some of him pictures and all, citing that if they not go claim from now until the end of December, there is a possibility that they are going to confiscate this place and hand over to government and all. Morgan, is that a wise step from the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency? Even though Natasha Beckley don't be good at the last time and answer say I don't get anything to do with the place, I don't get anything to do with the team owner they alleged are they part of, but up to now the owner of that building or that place have not been identified. We don't push NDLEA for make them confiscate the place if nobody not come from now until the end of December. Let's get you take on that quickly, Morgan.
Well, basically, I feel say now the fight against Kush don't begin, because if they don't take them steps, then they now. And somebody they hide for come out and say, "Let me get this place." It might be say they don't found some substance inside that particular place. There is somebody who no one for take bad name or claim responsibility or ownership of it, And based on that one, I believe say we go do in different ways, because this they ensure that trust and confidence don't deny in the judiciary, and the fight against these drugs don't begin for taking shape now. But I also the advice let it be in a free and transparent manner, not to follow it be
like for which one?
Exactly. So let it not be that kind of way, because if you don't start from Mr. A, let it continue. Because now we can get the problem. You can salon in a country, like if the first law bets you, then now you get for suffer, whilst the others then we go scot free. Being that it don't start so now, we want to ensure that they go with the rules of the land, and not be saying out of malice or out of grudge they want to do them. If they do them according to the laws of the land, I believe say it will be more better, and it will be beneficiary to the entire nation. It will serve as a key lesson that anybody really into this drug stuff,
devoid of his status in society.
Exactly. So like I want to take from that point as of now.
All right. Now, before you come in again, we'll be discuss about the 60 military personnel where the all staff don't give to the NDLEA for join the task force for feds. The Kush men is nationwide and all. I was concerned. Me concerned also about the number. Talking about just having 60 people for help fight this fight from the military, even though we get the police that we did there and all, Morgan. Don't you think that number is small? Do you have any concern with regards to the figure?
Seriously, I've been expecting them for don't join how them do it with the military, how them do it with the police. Therefore, don't same way so do them with the military because to be kindly enough, people of Sierra Leone get more fairness over the military than the police.
Even though the military they work now for external force and all.
Exactly, you know.
But you get a strong mark there.
But like in a case like this, this Kush, I believe so we need them because maybe
they've given us 60.
Reginald might be police officer, can't fucking arrest me or shot me. I can put up a resistance against Reginald. But we are in a say 1-2 military personnel, I believe say the fear. And the work for the go smoothly. You get me? Then in the area for at least I come a corner Reginald and not go work in that particular area because them begin starts for vending cartel and they have for some factories and
they process the manufacturing inside.
They lapse them.
Yes, exactly. The so-called lapse.
If them begin getting rid of then lapse then they from then eating replace them with the military forces and they I believe say it go be all go well for we. So that make us say for a start and being that then they use 60 now for at least they able get they lapse them with the manufacture and stuff there. So now they eat inside the way.
And yesterday there was a lab that was uncovered and Malta kit for Abe. Outside see over 4,500 grams of Kush, cannabis sativa, and also about 18 million where they believe say the police then believe say this now some of the proceeds they don't get in fact from the one they don't sell, and also some ounce them they then capture. Now the police don't say then go continue for all onto the thing then they for help them with the investigation and all. But Morgan in this the fight for the past let's say 2 weeks now from last week until this time. Are you impressed with what you've seen so far in terms of how they fed these Kush menace nationwide, not only in Freetown, but other part there? Yesterday, over 6 buffers and McKenna was taken down outside and go catch Kush and other side them as well.
Honestly, I want to say partially impressed. Even though
why partially?
We get for the more because we're not even 40% yet in this fight. We're not even 40% yet in this fight. And for make we succeed in this fight, let we start to clean we own mindsets first inside we own houses them. I know come I be hem of Aden at the hem of affairs, then I can say but this Kush, then millions surrounding at the deal with Kush. But because of they know they see me now the picture, then I can come and say waiting I for say as an ARC, I can radio I talk. I go on TV, I talk, but behind the scene, I get me man them where they do this thing. So now that side first we first start this fight, clean we mindset. Make sure that if we really ready for eradicate this Kush, even though it not go 100% happen, but at least if we do within 85-90%, much more better. Then in the area of this blame game for make we not take and serious now others thing really perfect to it. As somebody to talk about Kush been on the social period. Why if it been on the social period now he alarm, then we know how to take the responsibility. See, we don't make enough for the worst thing than how it been there before.
Do you think that is a distraction in the fight?
Yes, because we no one for take the blame. We no one for take responsibility.
Shifting the goalpost because you want score.
Yes, because of our one score, I put some corner score the goal, and which is very bad. Let me forget about waiting me non pass. we look at the future now and fight against this thing wholeheartedly. Instead of we begin blame Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, whilst we people and they die out there, family they shattered, homes then deprived now at the moment, high crime rates they increase gradually every blessed day. Thing we're not useful for let somebody thief now, the thief and just for let it get in 20,000-30,000. It go get him in pleasure corner.
Before we can, I can tell you shortly, Mr. Before we go to 2026, are you convinced that this Kush go do something of the past? Before going, let's just take our fight. We don't fight Mpox, we don't fight Ebola, we don't fight COVID. Now we have this Kush pandemic now, as they don't describe it. The president call a pandemic, you know. So is that something you feel we can fight and win before going to 2026? In your opinion, Mr. Let's start to Sundu quickly.
Oh, you ask if we go win.
If you think so, they win and before done this year.
Yes, but I think Semi Brother make very good submission where he talk about, you know, the fights should not be a witch hunt.
It should not be politicized.
No witch hunt, than a one that you the pick or cherry pick, either you for go raid and either you not for raid, which is very, very paramount. Now that make we say even the units we set, as I say, you know, 100 miles they start with a stepping stone, meaning we don't start somewhere, right? If we don't begin like you talk about, you know, arresting 4,000 wraps of Kush, if you times stand the 10 times 4,000 in the Leones where they sell the wraps no more, it don't give you 14,000.
And there was ounce as well. I think the ounce will go for 150 Leones per ounce.
Well, if you see, I don't know that mathematics, but do the 10 Leon one check?
How much? Yes,
they give you 40,000.
40 million.
40 million.
Wow.
Could you imagine?
That is 4,500 wraps by 10 Leons.
By 10 Leons, 4,000. You know, just 4,000. So for me, it look like say this if for be a fight where as me and my brother they talk now.
Do you agree we cannot win this fight without splashing the money in it?
No, we can win the fight
without money.
Let me tell you, we can win the fight.
How?
And I make where you ask me this question about the military, you know, for the mere fact the units then combined. You know how the first day like they watch you back. You they watch me back, and like we be brother say, military man, then they go for the less. But when a drug issue again, Lord not put 100% assurance on them. We they call them mindset, then say for be wash them. It's like the eye for the pants up them. Now make we say we need a community for involved.
In this nobody is safe because even the look for example, it was in Kenema yesterday where the hunter was hunted. I mean there was a police officer where then catch with Kush yesterday, and also the last time the military dismissed over 21 military people and we then go the cannabis sativa now the training campus the training others to Germany.
In fact,
so
now
is that not worrying as well? People are trying to fight.
Let me tell you,
one way or the other.
Okay, that was why sometimes when we sit on this podium, I don't like to say fallacies. But I will be there, me and Dr. Moinina. And they talk about these things, say, oh, they talk about the salary. Talk about, I said that not for make you as an officer or somebody in a government person because of the salary, you know, disparity.
And not for
justification. Okay. So you don't see the reason. So for now, nip this thing on the board. You understand? I think so. We for put the money aspect on them. We look at how we cleanse the country. We look at how Sierra Leoneans and for cleansing where me and you they travel or the international name they hold on they get. Now we put someone we get Baku minerals. And remember I tell you this, was it last week or this week? For so we get diamonds, we get zircon, we get
that's the whole conversation. How those minerals benefited us, but that's the whole conversation for another
not
day.
do well on drugs. And one of the things where they say, I be said this yesterday. Sierra Leone, we don't they look now the young man, then they say live fast and die young, so that you will get money before 10. You understand? And I will feel so for make money now on drugs quick round the world now that people and feel for go get that hard money like what they say. Me one of the young man don't tell me say not today on a small project them we on a deal with. Imagine you how long you go there for that small projects for more days. Say you get waiting for that's well now that's we abopan now that's we they do. You understand? So I want for encourage the young people or Sierra Leoneans. Let not become lazy. You understand? Sierra Leone gets the potential. Let we tap on them potentials and let we not be somebody way we can begin imports labors. Let we say start. You come on university, una 2-3 can come together. Una set up a small company. Una they push and small. If na Kobla, you know me so you get degree. These are the issues. You go get degree now for let you can sit down. You will create opportunity for other people, not only for yourself but for other people. So now begin endure for. I mean, regional way there, so the salary is not enough, but because you get passion, because you dey start somewhere for go na the other step, you get for start somewhere.
Exactly.
So now that's where for the, you know, then say we talk to the dog, you talk to the bone.
So are you convinced we can win this?
We can win. Also to the parents, make I say this. We the parents who don't use this habit who then we host, we send we picking them for go buy whatever tobacco or smoke. A wrong. Let begin tell picking and then say catch them when they are young. The world today will then a digitalized world. The picking they born and get sense pass with them clever. If they see you they do something that you host, then say go imitate them. So I will talk to we the combra them.
Okay.
Do ya? Let we left for the send who picking them for go buy them rum for even do and before them. A bad as a practice.
All right, Morgan. We as we not get enough time again, but again, I asked the same question what I asked Osundo shortly. Are you convinced that we can eradicate this kush just like how we've done with the COVID, the Ebola, the monkeypox recently, cholera and other sickness we don't can at this country? Is it something we can win anytime soon?
We go only win if we implement certain policies or we add certain policies.
The president don't do 5 measures, I'm sure, yes.
Yes, if we add certain policies into this way, the president puts one. We fight against Ebola, where everybody puts hands on deck. You get me? And we reach one point in time where them even give a toll number where like I feel safe. Anybody suspect
117
or gets any COVID and cases, let's just call on this line. We like I feel say then they help you greatly. We also been succeed for at least them input something confidential. You where they see this person they sell this amount this kind of drugs, you call this toll line, you get this package with confirmation.
Like how Liberia they do.
Like how it did happen soon in Liberia. It will help for at least we win this fight easily. And also we need to engage the community stakeholders, family heads, tribal heads. Now with different communities, let we create this awareness to them. Then we can win this fight easily. And again, like how Sundu they say, getting a degree no mean say you can get a top job. Again, even though like they say for start somewhere else, yes, it's right, but you go always start outside finance day. Then you can start. So this again they go to the government. Let we think wisely for at least we create the job opportunities.
The enabling environment.
Yes, let everybody feel say like he involved, he belong, and he enjoying society like he feeling safe. Expand the mining industries. Let it not be that kind of limited one like how this as of now. Where we are in, you can employ thousands of people in a different mining sectors. Just like I've been done that happen before. Where it lessen the pressure, it lessen the crime rates as well.
Okay.
And also, let we not forget again, say the government gets a huge tax for doing this. For at least we able to succeed at the end of the day. Let we begin clean. We host them first. Let we begin tap the roots. Let we begin cut the roots. We cut the head for at least the branches and not spread anymore. Because I believe say if we begin take them from the pharmacy board, they get 1, 2, 3 bad eggs among them back. We can import them stuff that are so all in the name of medical. We get other from above say let we not check this container in our taki. Make we give free pass to this particular set. Then I believe say if we put a stop to all and stuff, then they with the get and headway. Other than we go raid the ghettos them people who they sell the rap, then we forget for the one that we
quickly. I'm gonna ask this question here. Do you think we've just been targeting the sellout but forgetting the one there with the cow time?
Well, for now, that's what we see. Even though I listen to an officer in an video interviews, we wouldn't do it and say if he hold the one where they sell it 10 million schools, then press they able show the person where they sell it 150 million ounce. Then when they press and say they able show the one way I feel say
no, do I sell it sachets? I think they get sachets and get the ounce and all.
Then from that particular person in English outside the lab day, outside the manufacturer.
So that's where they go.
But again, na process we get for the delay. Let us set a committee for that one again way I feel say for able to tackle the one where they import this thing through Wataki and the other means of
the toku has been transferred or so. They don't pull them. They have the
so imagine if somebody where they, inside the toku,
units,
they begin transport and stuff. Then they sell the people them out. So meaning say they are big guns, big heads, where nobody stop that way. Have to say then set a committee for that one day for begin check on the institution and the.
Okay.
I feel so we get an like how fight against COVID, Ebola and then other stuff for them.
Thank you so much.
And we don't ever see the group of artists, them big artists, them that this country how them unite for fight against the curfew. Where President Baby puts where they all come together and do a song to that one day for political papa government for fight against Ebola. We be see they all come hand and glove and fight against them. COVID as well, they fight against them. But we camp and push most of them silence. Now we begin no waiting na the reason we make some of them silence.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So
yes, you know that a very good submissions. Like we maybe start maybe say well, like this unit. Maybe don't say this, let we get like a toll call or toll line we go there, we people then go able for call.
Okay.
They also mentioned community involvement. This we don't talk about this, times without number. And also the job opportunity we talk about. I think say sometimes somebody will talk about the economy. Why? But we not use that as yardstick. But also like we the government talk about creating 500,000 job for youth man them. We know we can't kill the youthful population, then we start a job, then they go. So the opportunity we talk about, we need them.
Right.
Mining, companies for camp, this not the private sector. We would feel say, we'll all be peaceful, we'll do the correct thing, mining companies and go come. Then the pharmaceutical board we talk about, this not the one issue like we talk about, then 224. Tamador. This I don't tell you who side they come out. So they'll all get for work and in glove.
Okay.
With these units.
Thank you so much.
They said.
Thank you so much, Almonsundo, Executive Director for BFAM. Thanks to Morgan M. Kamai, journalist and social commentator. For taking time for joining me this morning. We apologize that we're unable for open the phone line today and all. We many thanks as well to the one that we take the time for watch we this morning.